Hi, hello Gemini, and welcome to your reading. My name is Simon, and we're going to go straight in, see what's going on for Geminis in the early part of May. With regard to love, let's have a look. So this is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So what is going on, Spirit, in early May? Give us, show us, send us the vibes that surround Gemini at the moment. Start with one card, Spirit, please. Show us what's going on with Gemini. One card, please, Spirit. Okay, lovely. So we're going to start off with justice in early May. Something here says, Gemini, you are getting things right. You are becoming so much more aware of yourself, and you're able to start balancing two sides of yourself, maybe your shadow and the side you show the world. Look like they are so much more even on the scales. As well, it feels to me that you're being noticed for your your abilities to communicate, and for your abilities to handle difficult situations or difficult people. So you may have a few, let's say, challenging personalities around you, but you're holding it together. You are holding it together. And so you're doing really well, Gemini, to stay calm. And just as she has her head above the sword, so you have your head above what's going on around you. You're not being sucked into every single aspect or detail of what's going on. No, you're rising above it. You're trying to keep a clear head, and you're trying to not react too quickly in any given situation. It's like you're receiving information, and you are taking your time to work it all out before you act on it. So yeah, I think you should be feeling perhaps a little bit more balanced, rather than completely out of your depth. Also, I think some of you Geminis may actually be hearing about your job situations. Now, this makes me feel like everything hangs in the balance for you. And it makes me feel like you're trying not to think about things too much, but you are worried. You are. And so you might not be as into your love life. We'll have to see as the reading progresses, but you may not be as into your love life at the moment as perhaps you were. It's in your thoughts, but you're keeping it balanced up with everything else going on in your life. I also feel here, Gemini, some of you have been around a personality, yes, that brings out a bit of hassle, and brings out in you a bit of restlessness, maybe even frustration. You're connecting in some ways with a guy here who doesn't want to talk, can't talk, may not be feeling well, might be run down, lacking in energy, may be concerned about their own well-being, or the well-being of a relative that means a lot to them. I just feel the influence of a man here that you do think about, you do connect to, and you do worry about. All right, so Spirit is saying, sit in the energy because your main energy is trying to remain balanced. So sit in your energy. Don't do anything at this present time apart from just be, and let everything go on around you that goes on around you. It feels here like there may be connection to an earth sign. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Or it could be that you're connecting with a fire sign who's behaving more like earth at this present time. Here you are, hard at work, maybe working from home. There is somebody here who's quite shy to make it known that they like you in the Knight of Cups. You may be feeling that energy as well, the Knight of Cups energy, in that you may be getting quite frustrated that you've got a lot of love in you, and where do you put all that love? You are kind of connecting more with yourself at this present moment. There are things you want to achieve here, Gemini, and it feels like you're not sure if being in a relationship will actually support the things you want to achieve. You have ideas and plans for the future, and you're keeping your eyes and ears open to see what else is around, what else is going on in this new world. I feel like you want to make sure that you're involved with the right person, and yeah, King of Wands. So there is some fire energy around you. An older person, somebody who knows how to handle themselves. I think somebody who crosses different social situations, maybe has a certain amount of self-confidence in themselves, and a little bit on the shy side, I think, as well. So someone who you might, in a different set of circumstances, you might sit down and ask advice from, actually. Someone who's quite loyal as well. But there is this love here, and it feels like this person may connect with you soon, but more in August. I think they're held up at the moment. I see them in a teacup, actually, as if they are bathing in a teacup. And I feel the sun's coming out over your love life. Really. You have a man around you. Those of you who are single, there is a man around you. And on the whole, I think a steady nature is what this guy has, or this woman. Steady nature, quite independent. You would connect a lot through messaging, and you're probably not aware necessarily of them as a potential love interest, not till maybe later in the summer. Love is not easy for you, Geminis, though, because you are incredibly picky. There's a part of you that likes to be alone, and there's another part of you that would love a relationship. And I think it's a push and a pull between the two. I think there is somebody very romantic here around some of you Geminis who are quite practical signs. There is someone a bit gentle, won't make a big fuss, would be willing to hang around and wait and see what happens with you. I feel they know that you are a high priestess. They know that you're exciting to be around. They know that you've got plans, and they're aware that they may not be good enough for you. So I'm feeling them as a little bit shy to come forwards. I think you're getting to know them through the scene that you're in. But again, you're not necessarily really aware of their presence as a potential love interest. Gemini, you're becoming very spiritual. There's more and more spiritual practice and more of an opening of your chakras, but especially your third eye. It looks like it's very active over the next month. And you're very keen and very aware of your surroundings and the people in your surroundings. I'm not feeling a priority to love, though, with many of you. I'm feeling there is an interest there in the background. You have got your eye on somebody, Gemini. And but you're not making a move. Okay, we're in lockdown. We get that. However, you're not making too much of a move in the communication sense either. Not at the moment. It looks to me like, Gemini, the move comes to you around June, and then really it's August as I feel it. I think also for a very small percentage of you Geminis, you're definitely handling contracts, and you are making sure that you're well looked after. And here the contract appears. So somebody knows that they need to organise and make paperwork around you official. They are aware of that. But it doesn't look to me like it happens till maybe the end of the summer into September. Right. Okay, let's see. I mean, it feels here like emotionally you've changed a lot over the last 18 months. And something has awoken in you. And you're starting to sort of realise that you've got value, that you're quite interesting actually as a person, that you have a finger in so many different pies. I think some of you are completing whatever it is you've been learning or studying. You're putting the finishing touches on a project. Yep, here you are, working very hard on the project through the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you may have a connection to speaking, maybe speaking exams, and I think you are also, I think you're listening to yourselves more than ever, actually. In a way where you thought you didn't have any power or right to say anything to somebody that you care about or that you're closely connected with. It looks to me like, no, you're going inwards and gradually that sense of, I'm going to speak, I'm going to talk, I'm going to say it, it builds up in you. So it's like confidence coming through. And then finally, justice can take place. Here's your confidence building up. So you go from the 8 of Swords into the 2 of Swords and Strength. And I think then justice is done, because your partner does actually see you as the whole package. The whole package. But I think your partner also wants justice here. And in your partner's eyes, you appear to be that person who isn't coming through from your partner's point of view, and but you may feel you are. I don't know, I get a sense that we've got 2 different types of personalities, very different types of personalities, trying to connect together, or realizing that maybe it wasn't such a great connection after all, and therefore justice is stepping in, and legal stuff will take over the relationship. It's okay, it feels, Gemini, here. At the end of the day, you had justice as your main energy, and you've got it doubled up twice. So in every way, you want to be fair, and you want fair play. You want a love that's absolutely equal to you, or you'd rather not fall in love at the moment. So you're quite determined one way or the other to have it fair. Wait for the right love. You don't want to be just in a relationship. And I feel you're willing to bide your time. Those of you in a partnership, you could be with somebody who's very overpowering. You may feel controlled, and this could be the lesson that you have to learn, or that you could be controlling for all the right reasons maybe, but somebody's misjudging you for it, and you don't know how you can protect yourself, if you like, because you might be showing yourself as someone who is doing really well here and has all the material things in order, but behind the facade, this could be you, Gemini, being in conflict, listening to spirit, trying to connect with your higher self. And I think there's a lot of a feeling here of looking for earning self-respect, so that you really can be the queen on the throne. You are very earthy, Gemini, very sexy. This lady's very sensual. Could be a gentleman as well, because the energies are interchanging. However, you're going to look after what you've got. You're not going to mess about. It's all or nothing for you when it comes to love. So you're under the moon's influence. There's you, the lady. Tricky time at the moment. Something big's coming in that might give your world a little bit of a shake-up, your home a little bit of a shake-up, but it almost needs a little bit of a shake-up at the moment. some news coming in for you. It's like you're going to have to act on that news, Gemini. Don't rush it, but you will have to act on that news. I do feel you're... it is something fairly big, actually. Tricky. This could be a situation that's only recently developed and you're getting news of it. But that could connect with love, but I have a feeling it's connected to something else, the news. And just to finish off, to go back to love, yeah, I feel we're looking at August, when you're going to feel a lot happier, and I feel you're connecting with a guy who does it for you, who looks interesting, who feels very much themselves, actually. They're comfortable in their own skin here. Quite active person. Someone who comes in and with them comes in a new way of thinking. What do we... Spirit, tell me about the new soul that some of the Geminis here are going to be connecting to. Yes, a win-win outcome is forecast in love. A win-win. And we have the scales here again, which is the energy you started off with. So we're opening with the energy and we're closing with the same energy. Things are going to get balanced. You're going to feel justice in your love life. I think there's also justice in another aspect of your life, and I feel that that includes this message, note, email, letter, something fairly big and important in your life. And the scales of justice are there. Fairness. So Gemini, I hope that this reading helps you a bit. Your love life can be a bit up and down, I guess, would be the right way of putting it. It can be at times very confusing, and you need to retreat into yourself. I honestly see you want to expend your feelings, your emotions, but you're not wasting it on just anybody. No, you're not. You're waiting for the bigger love. So I hope that that helps, Gemini, and let justice be served. All the best to you, and we will catch up in a few days' time. And thanks for coming back to my channel. Bye for now.